Everyone loves seeing a good fireworks show, especially on New Year's Eve or, in the US, the 4th of July. But sometimes, these dangerous explosions go off at the wrong time with catastrophic consequences. Here are 10 deadly firework disasters caught on video. To make sure you have a blast, don't forget to subscribe to Capital. And stick around to the end for our Capital Quiz question. Make sure to watch closely and comment below for a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. Paris Carnival. In April 2017, 30 people were injured, with 3 in critical condition after this unplanned explosion at a Parisian carnival. The video shows organizers lighting a pyre that may have been loaded with a little too much petrol, as they say in Europe. Witnesses reported seeing people covered in blood and some with broken limbs after debris flew into the crowd. Luckily, no one died in this accidental explosion that looked terrifying. Mexico. A horrific accident began when a firework strayed off course and landed in a truck carrying more of the explosives for a local religious ceremony. The rest of the cargo began to quickly ignite, taking the truck and any surrounding vehicles with it. The blast was deadly, killing 16 people and injuring hundreds more in a Mexican open-air marketplace. The catastrophic aftermath showed a gruesome scene of bodies and debris littering a 100-meter radius. China. In August 2015, a fire broke out at a fireworks supply warehouse in Tianjin, China, 100 miles south of Beijing. The fire quickly spread as firefighters that first arrived on the scene poured water onto the blaze, unknowingly helping activate some of the deadly compounds. The first explosion measured 2.3 on the Richter scale, but was quickly followed by an even more powerful blast. The blasts killed 173 people, including 106 first responders, as well as spreading deadly pollutants throughout the city and surrounding area. North Carolina. Ocracoke Island, on the outer banks of North Carolina, was the scene of a horrific fireworks explosion in 2009 in which 4 men were burned to death. The explosion occurred when a crew of 5 were working on a truck that contained several tons of fireworks in preparation for the town's annual 4th of July celebration. The estimated 40 minutes of fireworks went off in just 4 seconds. The blast took the life of 1 man at the scene, and the other 3 passed away later at the hospital from the severe burns. The cause of this explosion was never determined. Pierre-Paul. On the 4th of July 2015, New York Giants star defensive end Pierre-Paul had a firework explode in his right hand while celebrating the festivities. Sustaining major injuries, Paul had to have his index finger amputated along with other reconstructive surgeries. But Paul was able to return to the field next season and now says he has a greater respect for fireworks and thinks primarily about safety, even though that's not his position on the field. He now helps film PSAs teaching about the dangers of explosives. As for him, he's just as explosive as ever, signing a new $60 million contract with the Giants in 2017. Denmark. In 2004, an explosion in a fireworks factory detonated over 100,000 tons of fireworks in a small Danish town. 1 fireman died while responding to the scene, and another 34 rescuers suffered severe health problems due to burns and smoke inhalation. 17 area residents were injured in the enormous blast. But fortunately, due to the proper evacuation of the surrounding area, many lives were saved. This incident may not be the deadliest, but it definitely inflicted deep financial wounds, as the explosion ultimately cost the town $140 million. Florida man. On July 4, 2007, Tampa Bay resident Tony Glenn Rogers wandered into the Galaxy fireworks tent only to ruin everyone's patriotic day. The Florida man displayed an obvious act of stupidity that landed him in prison for over 3 years. Rogers thought it would be a good idea to light one of the fireworks that was for sale in the tent. The huge firework caused a massive and deadly explosion, going off in a small space that was full of people and other fireworks. Fortunately, someone caught the whole thing on video. India. The Pungal Temple in Paravur, India, experienced a horrendous explosion that resulted in 111 deaths, along with 350 severely injured. The temple and 150 houses in the area were damaged by the blast. According to eyewitness reports, the explosion was caused by sparks from a firecracker being used in a competitive fireworks display. The temple had been refused permission from the government to host such an event because of safety concerns. In the disaster's aftermath, the High Court banned firecracker displays in all places of worship. Oklahoma. 19-year-old Austin McLeod was celebrating Independence Day with his family in Skiatook, Oklahoma, when a firework tragically misfired, killing him instantly. The newlywed husband was killed in front of his family when the fireworks exploded and hit him in the head and throat. Family members told local news that everyone was having a good time at the cookout, but 30 minutes later, their lives changed instantly. McLeod bent over to light a cluster of elaborate fireworks, which immediately exploded, blowing him to smithereens. McLeod is survived by his 18-year-old wife and their 2 sons. Netherlands. The 2000 fireworks disaster of Enschede is largely thought to be the worst fireworks explosion in history. The incident occurred at a factory that was located in a residential area of the Netherlands. A small fire in the factory ignited improperly stored barrels containing explosives outside. As the barrels caught fire, 100 tons of fireworks exploded all at once with the power of a large earthquake. The whole building went up in a catastrophic blaze of intense light, smoke, and sound. 23 people tragically died in the disaster, and over 900 people were severely injured by the blast. And now, our capital quiz question. What and when was the biggest man-made explosion ever on Earth? Answer in the comments below, and the best answer will be pinned to the top and featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to check out our other videos. And while you're still here, be sure to click subscribe so you never miss a minute from Capital.